I'm Maggie, but it's us. It's a system. And I've got people on my shoulder talking to me, and it's all in my mind.
Maggie's mind is home to about 40 separate identities she calls the girls.
I can be walking down the street, and I can be having an internal dialogue with the girls, and nobody would ever know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does that happen often?
Yeah. I get their opinions a lot on things that are going on around, and the chatter, it does get old sometimes, and I just have to tell them to shut up.
It's a system of alters Maggie's brain created when she was a child to protect her from horrific, prolonged abuse.
Both of my parents physically and sexually abused me and passed me around to their friends. People who I start to get to know understand that's a pedophile ring. It's that sort of betrayal that requires a child to go, I have nowhere else to go. I've got to go to the back of my brain, and it makes alters.
Maggie has Dissociative Identity Disorder, or DID, formerly known as Multiple Personality Disorder.
There was never anything wrong with Maggie's brain. The condition that we call DID is really a very creative, clever solution that a child comes up with when they're dealing with overwhelming abuse.
Each alter has their own identity with distinct behaviours, interests and memories.
But most of all, they all have jobs to do. They were built to help this person survive without going crazy.
Maggie says her abuse started when she was just 3 and living in the US. Her first alter, Annie, became the lead personality. Her job was to manage the other girls to endure the abuse so that Maggie didn't have to.
Internally, it's just, I see them, like Annie sits at a window, and I just see her in the window.
Wow, what's she doing?
Right now, she's just watching and observing, and she go, can I trust these people? And then I've got another alter called Angie. She's having fun with this right now because she thinks talking about this challenging perceptions and being willing to be honest about who we are is the thing that's going to change the world.
Would I be able to tell if Angie took over?
Probably not. It's very subtle. The thing about being dissociative, it's really easy to hide it.
How would you describe your alters?
Ones that are easy to describe would be Pretty Girl. She's got this bright blue dress on. She's sitting there waiting for mother's approval.
What about middle girl?
Middle girl went through hell. She often wears t-shirts and shorts, and she runs around barefoot all the time.
Runaway girl.
She's probably 15, and she knew exactly what was going on. And she wears jeans and oversized shirts to try and hide who she is.
How does Slut Girl present?
So she's very full of herself, very confident. She has a bit of a swagger. I was getting some coffee from a local cafe, and a guy walked up who was in tight pants, a tight shirt, and she was starting to say things about wanting to get in his pants. And she got really loud and obnoxious about it in my head. And I looked up, and this guy was staring at me like I was, who the hell are you? I wasn't even sure, did I actually say that or not? But I'm pretty sure she said something. You know, and it is funny. It is very funny, but it's humiliating at the same time, you know?
Do they age with you?
No. The girls, they're always that age, and that's probably one of the biggest challenges because they've got such childlike perspectives.
How are the girls? How's the system doing right now?
Pretty good. Annie's just sitting back, she's watching, she's going, she's got pretty eyes.
Why, thank you, Annie.
Around 1.5% of Aussies live with DID, but it's often misdiagnosed.
The system that these people build is all about defensiveness. They're hypervigilant, but they often won't let therapists diagnose them if they don't trust the therapist can deal with that respectfully and well.
Maggie was diagnosed in her mid-20s and at 63 is still trying to fill in the gaps of her fragmented memories.
I call them postcard memories, where, you know, you get a deck of cards and, you know, you flip through it. And it's kind of like sometimes Annie will go, see, there's a whole bunch of memories. And I'm going, oh crap. okay, time to go see the therapist.
When they get these alters to describe what happened to them, they can do it with incredible clarity. Some of these alters, they haven't lived outside of their memories.
What do you think the biggest misconception is for people who have MPD?
That somehow an alter is going to come out and is going to hurt someone. And, you know, Hollywood doesn't help that. It's not fair because it's a system that was created to protect us. Protect us from the people, the real evil people. I want people to see that we're people like you.
After decades of therapy, Maggie says she's finally finding her feet. She and the girls have learned to coexist and have even written a book together.
I want people to know that people can survive this and we can have better lives. I want to make a difference in this world. Know that all the crap that happened to us can actually be used for good, and that makes me happy.
Will there be a time that you don't have the system?
No, because they are all part of who I am.
Would you want a world where it was just you?
No, I don't think so. To just have just me talking all the time, first, that would get really boring.
It can, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Extraordinary.
fascinating woman. Such an open woman. She's so loving, has so much love, which you can consider her history and what she's had to go through. It's quite incredible, the system that she has created. And for more info on Maggie's book, Split, you can head to our website. And please remember, if this story has raised any issues for you, contact Lifeline on 13 11 14 or SANE for mental health support on 1800 187 263.